go.
Hey, we're live. I was waiting for the little numbers to pop up, but I guess you have to set that up ahead of time.
No, it's that we have about a 20-second delay, and you'll start seeing it come in. Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
see.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't
So
it
it's
great?
still, okay, here we go. All
Yeah.
right. Hi, everybody. This is my first time hosting someone. We have Allie Martin today, a very, very special guest. And she's the one who encouraged me to invite her onto my show. So now I get to jump in and actually host somebody for the first time on StreamYard. So
Yeah.
anyway, welcome, Allie. It's great to have you here. And thank you for that encouragement and boost.
Oh, of course, Linda. It's really a pleasure to be on with you. And the first couple times that we do lives, it's a little intimidating, but after that, no problem. You'll do
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So excuse me, everybody, if I don't quite keep up as I should with all the comments and everything, but I'll do my best. I will certainly do my best.
Oh,
And I know that Allie's going to help too.
mhm.
So anyway, so here we are, and Allie is my first guest. So I really want to find out about you, Allie, and learn a bit
Okay.
more about you and who you are, why you do what you do. And I think this really leads into appropriate timing for what's happening today, because people really need to discover themselves so
Yeah.
they can shine their light and really be the person they're meant to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Finding our own authenticity has really been a lifelong desire of mine and others. We kind of like, why are we here and what are we here for?
Exactly.
But really the expression of authenticity is how we present ourselves and how we believe in the world. And we're already doing it. We don't have to
Right.
find it. It's already there. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have to reveal it sometimes.
True.
Stop covering stuff up about ourselves that we think we're hiding, and
Mhm.
just to really reveal who we are.
Correct. I agree with you 100%. It's being true to yourself and not worrying also. And I think something about aging makes that a little bit easier. It's
Definitely.
like, what we're here. What's the big deal? If you
Right.
don't like me, okay, yeah.
We don't have the patience for a lot of that stuff anymore.
No,
It's
for
like,
sure.
no.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, so how did you get into doing this work?
Well, back in about 1986, I had I had already dabbled in a few things. I was very interested in karate. I took that, the martial arts.
Oh, wow.
I looked at the tarot at the time. I didn't feel that comfortable with it, but I loved everything else. But
Yes.
about 1986, I had a karmic astrology chart done, and the woman
Oh,
did it. She did it all by hand, because that's
right,
what she did then.
right.
And she nailed a lot of things that went on in my life prior, that I could say yes, and this is the day and everything. But what she told me once at the end, she said that in my 60s, that I would be working from home and people would come to see me. And I thought, well, how is that going to work?
Right.
So, yeah. So as time has gone on, and of course, I studied I studied rocks in the 90s. I studied cards. I studied Native American. But never completely all the time. You have breaks because you have kids, or
Right.
you have things that stop you.
Right.
But when I realized what that prophecy basically was around 2020, when I decided to open a channel. And guess what? People come to my home.
There you go.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here in my house and people come to watch. So that's
Right.
about right.
Yeah.
I started during the pandemic. We were watching Linda G and other people. And have you got it open somewhere else? Because I'm hearing it double. No, I can't hear it. Okay. Anyway, we were watching and trying to find out if we get any answers. And fortunately, she got us through. But around November of that year, Keith and I decided, we're going to have our own channel, and we're going to, whatever. And he was in with me for 2 shows, and then he said, you do it. I don't want to do it. So basically, I just kept going from there. And as I mentioned backstage, I started out by interviewing lots and lots of other channeler people and asked them how they got started and so on and so forth. And then I worked my way into classes, and I worked
Mhm.
my way into my own teachings and readings and things like that at the time. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
great. That is
I
great.
know. Yeah.
So what particularly do you do? And what do you call yourself?
Interestingly. Oh, yes.
That's always
I
a big
I
thing
feel
too.
more of a
Call yourself.
spiritual counselor. Yeah, I feel more like
Okay.
a spiritual counselor.
Mhm.
I did get a couple of these certificates up just in case,
Oh,
but
good.
I do have 2 master's degrees, one in humanities and one in
Wow.
English ed. So I'm
Oh, that's
still
great.
working. Yeah, I'm still working. I'm still teaching. But
Yeah.
I the reason I got the first one in humanities was because I wanted the credentials. I wanted to have credentials so
Mhm.
people wouldn't say, "Well, how do you know?" And I
Right.
felt like that was the closest thing. So I
Right.
guess I call myself, I'm certainly an empath. I'm an intuitive,
Uh-huh.
and probably when I have readings with people, we spend a lot of time, and it's sort of like a counseling session in some ways.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of
Mhm.
fun for them and me because we can really,
Right.
really talk one on one. But yeah, it's just a transition, I think, from one place to another place, or one thing to another. A lot of people in the early days called me either Oprah or Baba Wawa because that was my job to introduce new people. And I probably have introduced over 200 people, and
Wow.
probably 20 or 30 of them have opened their own channels. So, yeah,
Wow, that's
I feel
great.
I do. I feel really
Well,
lucky about that. Yeah.
that's a true gift in itself. And but going back to what you said before, because you have the 2 degrees,
Mhm.
everything in your past life really comes into fruition in your current life because everything we've done in the past, somehow the
Yep.
roads seem to intertwine and it's helpful in that way. So that's
Mhm.
really cool. And then
Mhm.
what was the we were changing the topic a little bit. What was oh, you've brought in how many people now onto your show?
Probably, well, I mean, not everybody's open channels, but I have introduced an awful lot of people, and so I'd say probably in 5 years, 5.5 years, probably around 200 different people. Some
That's
people have
incredible.
left, some people have,
Sure.
didn't do anything, but I feel like, um, I feel a responsibility. I also
Mhm.
feel as though, I have a collaborative spirit and not one that is
Competitive.
competitive. I don't like competitive stuff.
Yeah, me
Into
either.
that.
I
Yeah, yeah,
whenever, in school, teachers would try to get me to compete with somebody else to be the best, I was
yeah,
like, "No,
yeah.
I can't do
No,
that."
no, thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was never
I
that way.
also embraced, the Buddhist, philosophy around 2000, so I call myself a Buddhist, but that doesn't mean I go to, like, church because they do things a
Right.
little differently, but
True.
that's really, informed me and brought me into a different way of looking at the world. So, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I was so fortunate to have Deborah introduce
Uh-huh.
me on her
Yeah.
show. Well, she was we took this course together a couple of years ago, and
Mhm.
she was the first one to just dive in and figure out everything on how to do this. And then she
Uh-huh.
was on your show and Marina's show and other shows, and then she introduced me to you, and then things just kinda happened from there.
Uh-huh. That's
So,
really good. She's a fabulous, person as well for collaboration. And
yes.
I'm noticing there are even more people that I've collaborated with that now are the same way. They like the
Mhm,
collaboration. "Oh, you're
mhm.
sweet,
Look at
Seascape.
this.
Thank you so
Ellie
much."
brings me calm. She is the voice of reason. Here's
"Oh,
another one.
thank
Oh,
you, dear."
and then she
Mm.
says, "That's great, Allie.
Uh-huh.
When I have a question, I often want to ask you."
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Allie is amazing.
Oh, these
See?
people are wonderful. They're they become your friends. You've never met face to face, but
I
it doesn't
know.
matter. Yeah, it
It's
doesn't matter.
amazing. It's
Yeah,
amazing how that works.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh-huh.
good. So, what is your favorite thing to do for people in your current role as you have it now?
Um, I like to teach them something new, And so
Okay.
my members end up, we meet once a month, and I try to bring something in that's new that maybe I haven't done on my regular shows.
Okay.
And I'll do some readings for them. As far as being here, I just, whenever I don't feel well or there's a problem,
Mhm.
I think to myself, "Oh, am I gonna be able to do this today? I don't know. It might," and I don't wanna be toxically positive if I'm not,
Right.
I don't wanna be that. But if I come on, I always feel better. This is where I'm meant to be. So for me
Mhm.
not to come because of that would not be a good idea. But some
Right.
days, like I've graded 100 papers, let's say in the morning, it's harder to jump on and do
Oh
whatever
my
you have to do.
gosh, that's a ton. That's a lot of papers.
It is.
Wow.
Sometimes I teach online. I teach between, let's say, 8 to 15 classes a term, and nobody else does that. I've ever met
That's a
anybody
lot.
that's done that
And
many. Yeah.
to be able to grade, I know because I have been an educator as well in
Uh-huh.
schools,
Yep.
cosmetology schools,
Yep.
and it's a lot of work. And we don't
Uh-huh.
have like real tests like that and stuff, but
Right.
we have
Right.
some papers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I teach for 4 colleges, and so I have 4 bosses, 4 email accounts, 4 trainings I have to go to. It's like that, and I don't wanna do it anymore, but I need to. I
Yeah.
just need to do it
Yeah.
for I need the money, so. Oh, well, that's nice, Judy. Thank you, my
Isn't
dear.
that
I'm so
nice?
glad you're one of us. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Ness. Yeah.
Let's see who else
Wow. That's great.
I
It's great
came
to see everybody. Thanks
up
for
with.
coming and supporting Linda on
Yay.
her first live. Yeah,
Thank you
her
so
first live
much,
that she's hosting.
everybody.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great.
awesome.
Thanks, Ness.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, um, what would you like to talk about today? Do you have something in particular you'd like to mention or a topic you want us to discuss?
Well, last time that you and I talked about stones, I really enjoyed doing that.
Oh, that was
Um, and you're such a, um, expert on them. And what happened to me this weekend when I was with my daughter, I walked into this little gift shop that had some jewelry in it, and it's from artists that are all over. And I ran into this particular piece, and I couldn't recognize what it was. But I was saying to my daughter, "This is labradorite, and this is this is this, and this is that." And the lady behind the counter was like, "Nobody knows what those things are." And I don't think a lot of people know off the top of
true.
their head what they are.
Mhm.
So I was telling Linda that I found this, and I really, really thought it was gorgeous. I'm going to put it up here by the camera. And it's a piece of brecciated jasper, but it also is called bird's eye, because see how it looks like an eye in the middle?
Mhm. Mhm.
And he put a ruby on the top of it as well. And then the back is just as beautiful, really, just as
It's great.
lovely.
I
So
love it.
I had to have it. I had to have
Yep.
it. And I knew I was gonna see Linda, um, today, and that I was gonna show it to her, but, I love doing that. I love it when you talk about the chakras and how we can balance them and how we need to
Mhm.
balance them.
Mhm. Oh,
But,
especially now.
yeah, I'm pretty open to talking about whatever it is. So what does the jasper say it is on the back there, Linda?
So this is brachiated jasper right here, and
Okay.
it's so many different colors and patterns, but it's basically patterns in the red jasper,
Uh-huh.
and it's gorgeous. So I have to agree with
Yes.
you. So
Yeah.
this is a very stimulating. It relates to the first chakra.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes when the first chakra is blocked, you're kind of stuck
Yeah.
or you're not in your body. So this really helps to get you grounded in your body and it stimulates you. It's very stimulating, it's vibrant, powerful. So when
Yeah.
you're unsure of the next step to take, this is
Yep.
what gives you the confidence and the courage to move ahead.
Oh,
We
I love
ground you to
that.
earth and connect you to tribal ancestors who lived in harmony on earth. We bring
Uh-huh.
respect for self, others, and surroundings. Use us to clear your energy and stimulate life force in your body. We're one with you in
Mhm.
spirit.
Wow.
So
That's
that's what
wonderful.
we
So
found.
this bird's eye says a little bit more. It says, it brings completion to unresolved issues and
I love it.
awareness as you move forward. It opens you to your true potential. It generates passion, which it would if it's in the red chakra,
Mm-hmm.
inspiration, excitement. And I also love that it's said to balance the minerals in our body and absorb negative energy and
Oh.
cleanse the chakras and the aura, and works with the solar plexus and the throat as well. So
Mm.
it sort of
Well, because of
takes
the
what it,
colors in yours too.
yes, that's very true. Because it's like a, well, there's some orange in it, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's just different. And I thought, that's just beautiful. you know? Hi, Carolyn.
Look
Thank
at
you
that.
so
Hi,
much.
Carolyn. So sweet of you
Yeah,
to say
I
that.
know. And
Yay.
Arlene always says hi. It makes me feel special. That's true.
Nice.
That's one of the things I know that means a lot to people that
Mm-hmm.
come on my channel, is usually I say hello to everybody if I can, or I say, I
Yes.
try to type it in if they come in later. But
Yeah.
yeah, it means a lot. Yeah, that's
Aw,
awesome.
thanks, you guys. It's so good to have everybody here. And
Yeah,
thank you for becoming subscribers. I really like that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got a lot to teach in your own venue, Linda.
True.
And I love that so much because, there are people that do the chakra cards or they talk about it a bit, but you've got, with your cosmetology work, I think, and things, and you were teaching there, correct? At the cosmetology school or
Yes.
esthetician,
Aesthetic. Well,
esthetician,
I teach aesthetics. I substitute.
aesthetics.
I don't,
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Okay.
doing anything full time in the beauty industry anymore,
Right.
but I was. And I
Uh-huh.
just finished up writing, updating my chapter for the Milady esthetician textbook. So I wrote the chapter on Reiki, gemstone therapy,
Awesome.
energy healing,
Okay.
chakras, all of that. So that's like my swan song.
Yes.
After
Yes.
being in the beauty industry for 35, well, since 87. So how many years is that? That's more than 35
Wow.
years. Oh my
It's
gosh, I
close
know.
to, yeah, it's closer to 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wowee. That's amazing. Yes, Karen, and I just hit 600,000 views
Oh,
on my,
wow. Good for
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel very,
Oh, thank
very
you,
blessed.
Phil.
I
Here's
really do.
Arlene too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Good, good.
Oh, thank you, Arlene. You're a sweetheart. Arlene lives in Sedona.
Oh,
Oh,
isn't
wow.
that
Yes,
nice?
she does. Yeah.
It's been a couple of years since I've been there, but I love Sedona.
It is a gorgeous place to be. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So I
But
got into this work really kind of by accident. I was doing healing work for myself. I think
mhm.
for those of you that know me, I grew up in the military and my dad was in the Air Force. We moved 30 times from the time I was born till I was 18. Can you imagine? And I
I've moved about that myself, but not like with the service. So I get it. Yeah. That's not
no, but
easy.
so many parents were, oh, I can't move my children. I can't move them from. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah. I moved
Everybody
mine.
should have to move and live in different places. That's the only way we're going to understand each other. So
Thank you.
anyway, for me, it really took me out of my shell because I was always shy, and I learned how to meet people easily and how to strike up a conversation.
Hmm.
But all the moves was not good for my mom, and I lost my mom to depression and suicide when I was 13,
I know.
and that
I
was
mean,
devastating. So
it
that
is.
turned my life on a huge,
Right.
trajectory in a way I had never, thought.
Hmm.
And through years of suffering from my own bouts of depression, it wasn't until I was 30 that I really decided that I was going to stay here because I thought, maybe I was going to join my mom at some point. And
Oh,
I did every self-destructive thing I could do, drugs, alcohol, making all the bad decisions. But when I was 30, I got this little voice in my ear that said, no, don't do it. And come to find out later, that was my mom telling me not to do it. So I chose to heal. I discovered energy healing. I discovered Reiki,
Mm-hmm.
energy medicines. I'd always loved gemstones. So everything started to kind of fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a few years, but I was able to heal myself from depression.
That's
And
fabulous.
and that was
Wow.
in the mid 90s. So by 96, I was healed from depression. And then when 2001, after 9/11 happened, that's when spirits spoke to me and said, Well, they had been starting to speak to me after I was started my healing journey. But that's when it became very clear. They said, okay, you have a solution for depression, because I saw the whole country in a state of depression
Yeah.
after we were attacked.
Yeah.
And Spirit said, now it's your time to go and teach others how to heal from depression.
Good.
And
Good.
that's how it started. And I was in the beauty industry. So I combined those things and started teaching Reiki and teaching how to incorporate Reiki, gemstones, energy healing into actual facials, and putting together whole healing packages and programs. So that for me is the most favorite thing to do. My
Sure it
Heal the
is.
Healer program.
Yeah. And you know, there are a lot of people who say things like, why are you doing something and bringing this and this together to do it? This is when in the 70s that happened to me. Why are you trying to get an interdisciplinary degree? And I said, because that's how you create. You create a
Yes.
whole new way of seeing things and a whole new way of doing things for people. And, you know, people that are very, you know, very short-sighted and they don't see the benefit of something unless it's immediate, they kind of turned their back on me. But I continued doing what I was doing, and it was the best thing I ever did. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, definitely. And back in the 70s too, it was much more linear. You
Oh
got
yeah.
a career in a certain field, and women were definitely in certain fields. I can remember my dad telling me, make sure you learn typing and shorthand so you can
Yeah.
fall back on being a secretary.
No. There was stewardess, which they call flight
Right.
attendant now. There was
Right.
secretary, teachers,
Nurse.
nurses.
Right.
That's about it. It wasn't there, or
That was
you
it.
know, or
That was it.
homemaker. You know.
Homemaker, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay-at-home mom.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
But
absolutely crazy. Yeah.
so you were a visionary.
I think a lot of people are
I
that are
didn't bow
here
down to
doing this.
that. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
definitely. And we're still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
We're still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And never too late.
So that's right. So I had a question.
Mhm.
Does anybody here have a question that they would like us to answer? That's just more about what's happening in general in the world.
Yeah.
But there was a question that Spirit gave to me today, and of course I forgot it.
It's all right. You'll find it. I
I
think
will
it was
find it here.
was it about resilience or
It was about that, but the question was more like, hang on a second here,
okay.
because I like the way they worded it.
Nice.
Oh, how do we survive these perilous times?
How do we survive these perilous times?
Do you have something to say about that?
I wish that I had a magic wand, and I mean I really do have a magic wand, quite
But you
honestly.
have your cards, so let's both pull cards
Look,
about
I
that.
have a magic wand.
Yay! With the
I wish
gemstone
I
on
could
it.
just say it's all going to be okay, but I really don't know that for sure.
It
However,
will.
I think it will eventually be okay.
Oh, and if you're a first or second generation Asian or Australian, you must be a doctor or a lawyer. True.
Oh, really?
There are some, yeah, there are some cultures that you really have to go through and get all the degrees and be a doctor or a lawyer.
Uh-huh. All
Yeah.
right. So play, love, remember, if you have a question, put it in. It's helpful for her to see it if it's in
In
caps.
caps. Yeah,
Yeah.
put it in caps.
Hi, Rose Blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we do this? Let's pull some cards and see what the cards say. Mm-hmm. Ah, that makes sense. It's asking for a couple more.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So the first card I get is false promises. We knew, a lot of us knew that there were false promises that were being made. Unfortunately, not everybody voting and everything knew that. They still don't know it, in fact. And then we are in the midst of obstruction from an obstreperous personage. And an obstreperous personage is a person that blasts out stuff everywhere. They're loud and they're nasty and that's really, yep. The last one is Sangfreud, and that is confronting the demons. And so this
Mm.
is something we must do. We have to stand up to those demons that are trying to take us out, trying to take us down, trying to make us scared. We don't want to live in fear. So I
Mhm.
love these cards. It's old-fashioned wording. Thank God I'm an English major. But I knew that. But this will all be a bridge for us. We're going to come to the part where we get to this bridge, and we're on this side of the bridge right now. Once we get over that bridge, it will be different, and it
Mhm.
will become so. Right now we are being admonished to seek refuge
Mm.
from the evil that is, but at the same time we may be asked to stand up to it, because I
Mhm.
really do believe we were all called to this period of time to do the
Definitely.
work, to use the work.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Interesting, because talked about false promises, and a lot of these things are in alignment with what I also was getting for today, talking
Mhm.
about discernment. So
Right,
how do you know what's true and what's not?
right. Yeah.
And that's through your feelings and your intuition. When
Uh-huh.
we are in tune with ourselves, we learn to trust our feelings, which are the second and the fourth chakras, and then
Yeah.
our intuition is our connection to source. That's why it's so important to be balanced energetically, because everything we need is within us. And
Mm-hmm.
until we learn how to quiet the mind with all the programming, then
Yep.
it's hard to receive those true messages. And then I can't remember what the second one was, but definitely confronting the demons, bullies is a whole nother situation.
It is. Yeah.
How do you stand up to a bully when you're not a bully, or when you fear them? So I think this is really giving us a chance to be able to stand in our own space, stand our ground, and not be, thrown off. And then the refuge is, oh, the bridge and the refuge is going into your inner self and discovering that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were in the middle of the pandemic, we had an opportunity, if we have to sequester at home, to take that time and use it to our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that everybody did that, but everybody that is here in this chat, for the most part, at some point came here because they felt disconnected from people that were like them, or that were interesting, or that were
Mm-hmm.
offering some
Mm-hmm.
kind of support or love or something. And it really makes a difference in some of these people's lives, because they live alone, or they
Right.
don't feel supported by other people around them. And even
Right.
though it's just an online community, it's like we've known each other for a long time. So it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I
Mhm.
got Labradorite,
Ooh, yeah.
and I keep pulling this card for my clients too,
Really?
because Labradorite, if you look at all the different colors, and it has some reflective abilities, but it has gold and kind of
Yeah.
orangey and brown and blue and green. And so it covers a lot of chakras, but I use it for the heart chakra. I
Yeah.
love Labradorite for the heart chakra.
Yeah.
And it's a multi-dimensional stone. Yeah. See, you
It
got the
is.
heart.
I
You
got
go
even a heart.
with the
Yeah.
heart.
That's right. Yeah.
We are a multi-dimensional stone, helping you to clear the slate by healing your past, present, and future. And this is really what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're doing it symbolically too, not just for us, but every time we heal ourselves, we're healing our past, our ancestors, our children in the future. So
Hmm.
it's interesting how just working on healing ourselves, we're actually working on the past and the future.
Definitely. Yes.
And I
Yeah.
love that aspect about this. And it says you did not come here to fit in. I like
Yes.
to say I didn't come here to transform. I didn't come here to conform. I came here to
Right.
transform.
There you go.
I've never
Beautiful.
been one that conforms.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
we help you to discover what you're really made of. There is a depth to you that goes beyond your roles in life. Use us to delve into your multidimensional nature and discover what you are here to transform.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
I was working with a client a couple days ago, and I said, really, you can, if you can change your perspective, you can change your life almost instantly.
Yes.
And to start, looking at how can you change the way you view things, that you've always had this way of thinking about it. But what if it was really this way?
Right.
You
Right.
can change your
Well,
life.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we have to stop the negative doubt and self-talk that's negative, or we just continue to stay at the lower levels. And if we
Right.
say, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise, that's what you feel, you'll bring it more and more to you.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely.
And one
Yeah.
of the other things I think is important, because when I sat on the couch that day to make a choice about my life when I was 30 years old, I was really in a quandary. Like, what? I was asking the question, what am I going to do? Will I join my
Mhm.
mom? Will I choose another path?
Mhm.
And that called upon my spirit council to be able to interject. And I heard, no, don't do it.
Uh-huh.
Now, I happen to
Uh-huh.
be auditory, so that helps, but other people might be able to see or feel
Yeah.
or know,
Yep.
but
True.
you're able to call upon your spirit council, your helpers, your guides. That's going to help to give you insights as well.
Absolutely.
So
Always
that's
ask,
why I
follow me.
teach.
Yep.
I
Yep.
teach intentional prayer,
That's
because a lot of
wonderful.
times people do prayer kind of from a victim standpoint. Oh, please,
Right.
please, please,
Please
help
help me.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Please,
totally get
please.
it. Yeah.
I'm a
You have to
victim.
be there and say, thank you so much for
Yes,
this, what you've
I
done.
give
I had a
thanks.
beautiful day today. Thank you. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
Rose Blue, that was a Labradorite that Linda had up. Yeah.
Labradorite.
Yeah.
Hmm. And it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Think of the dog, Labrador, and add an "ite" to it, Labradorite.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's wonderful. That's what.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you that Judy, we talked about putting light around us when we go out, and she said in the
Mhm.
chat, she said she went to pay her electric bill, and the
Oh,
man in back of her paid half of it.
what?
He paid it forward, and
Oh my
she said
gosh.
it brought tears to her eyes, and she asked him
Oh,
for a hug, and she took a picture with him. Those things that people do like that surprise you, those people are angels unaware, is what I
yeah,
call, what they're called. It's like they're right there for you to show
yeah.
you that not everybody is the way we tend to think they are. Yeah.
I
Wow.
know. I walked out yesterday or the day before, and there's a oops, where'd she go? Allie? She disappeared. Did I somehow kick her out? Here she comes. Okay.
Sorry about that. For some reason, I just went away. Those
I
are
thought,
the
did
things
I
you get
kick
to
you out
you
by
didn't have
accident?
fun, but look at you learned something else new today. So yeah. Oh my, that's funny.
So
Uh,
I was walking outside a couple days
mhm.
ago, and there's a man who always comes and he does all the collecting of the bottles and the cans and stuff. And he's always
Uh-huh.
been nice. And there was a time where he helped me move some furniture in the backyard. And so I come out and he said that he needed some help with groceries.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any cash. I said, oh, and we live right across from Trader Joe's. So I says, I'll meet you over there, because he was on his bike.
Mhm.
So go over there and meet him and get him some groceries, and just took care of that for him,
That's
because
so
he
beautiful.
contributes to our area by collecting all of this recycle stuff. Other
Sure.
people don't do that. And I
Right.
see that truly as a gift that
It
people
is.
will do that.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
very consistent.
That's so kind of
So,
you. What a beautiful thing to do. That's so
yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I
Thank
was
you.
I was so happy that I could do that for him. And just for
Yeah.
some reason, I walked out at the time where he needed the help,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I could actually do that.
Yep. You were his angel unaware. That's right. If you go back to 2:24,
Okay.
and there is a question from Play Love. Remember, it's in caps. So I'm just letting you know you can
Oh,
click
good.
it.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Good. See.
You can click it and we can answer
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Wait a minute. What does my guy Joseph want to tell me, please?
All right. So we'll see if
Have
what
you
can.
asked?
You
Ask
know,
him. I
she is
don't
very
know.
good at asking, actually, but sometimes we need a little extra help from others guys, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, you want
Um,
to take that one?
I'll take it. Sure.
Okay,
Sure. What does your guide want you to know?
I'll pull a card.
Yep. First of all, play, love, remember, your guide is completely enamored with you, loves you, thinks you're wonderful, loves to watch you play. And, your name, he loves the name that you gave yourself for your channel here. And I sense that he also really enjoys the dragon. She has a dragon that showed up on her wall, and so so Joseph is saying that there are things transpiring below the surface, beneath the surface. There's some things that are hidden that you're not yet seeing, but that doesn't mean that you won't see them because you're opening up to that. And you already did that with your dragon. So it's keep looking for the gems that are not being seen all the time. And think about your dreaming, think about your daydreaming or whatever comes up. The
Mhm.
next thing is you have charming magnetic properties. So you can bring these things to yourself very easily because you are the person that you are. And that's what brought him to you. So, and finally, you get creative power. And it says sowing the stars. And I love that. So
Ooh.
you're not only connected and grounded on this level, but you also have guides and angels and others in the spirit realm and in the ET realm as well that are wanting to work with you. So he said, just remain open as you already are, and listen to the messages that you may get in a song or in a, you might be somewhere and something will happen and you will get that message and you'll say, up, I got it. Yep. Yeah. All
That is
right.
so great. I love that.
Yeah.
And then the card I pulled was Unakite. And
Uh-huh.
Unakite has both colors of the heart chakra, pink and
Yes.
green.
Yes.
And we bring both colors of the heart chakra, pink and green, together for a potent infusion of love and harmony.
Mm.
Your heart. So, what you need to know, play, love, remember, is your heart is your true power center.
Yes.
The heart is a powerful, yes, your bridge to conscious awareness through pure feeling. Your heart is a powerful transformer. You gain understanding and compassion by feeling what others feel. We help you to stay tuned to your heart frequency. Use us to experience love and harmony as your guiding source. So, what a great message.
It is. It is.
Yeah, that's
Moonlight is
good.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's great. That's awesome. Awesome.
Let's
Mm.
see. Okay. Am I missing something else here? Let me see. So we do have some questions. I just want to make sure there's not a question before this.
Before them? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't think I saw one after
Yeah.
Play Love, but
Okay.
it might
So
be.
there
Might be in
is
it. Yeah.
Star Midnight.
There you go.
I plan to purchase property in about 6 to 9 months. Is it a good time for me to do so? So Star Midnight, I think I would ask the questions. Do you feel at home on this property? Is this property for yourself? I guess number one, you might be using it for investment purposes, but I'm getting it's more for yourself.
Mhm.
Do you feel like you belong there? Does this feel like home to you? And is
Yep.
this someplace that you really want to, you know, grow your roots?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Important.
I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes. 6 to 9
Okay.
months.
6 to 9 months. So what I got is you want equanimity. Equanimity means that you want to have everybody in agreement of what property that is also doing it with you, of what property that you all align with, that you feel comfortable both. I don't know if it's just you or it's more people are concerned, but you want to make sure of that. And you're going to find someone that has an affinity to you or somebody that has an affinity to you, which means they're a friend or they like you, let you know about a piece of property that might be available to you. And it looks like there might be something, though. It might take a while. It doesn't mean 6 to 9 months. That's a good stretch, because right now you may lack the funds to do so, but I don't think you will later. But they're sitting at the table waiting for the food to come. So I think 6 to 9 months makes a lot of sense. Not that you have to wait that long to eat, but you know what I mean.
And then to trust your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's about trusting your feelings too.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing that's the right thing to do at the right time.
Yep, that's great.
Okay. Carl. Hi, Allie, and first time with Linda. May I hear from my spirit team spokesman, Woody or Elvis, for what I need to know now? Thank you.
All right. Woody and Elvis, huh? Wow. I heard of Woody, but I didn't know anything about Elvis. So, all right.
Love. It's all about love.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Self-love is very important.
It begins and ends with love, and really love comes from you. So the rose quartz is the love stone, and it really helps you to feel lovable, to feel lovable and be lovable.
Yeah.
So when you discover that you're lovable, then you can share your love with others. So that's that nice discovery of you being a lovable person.
That's wonderful. So, Carl, I got a rumor. That's what I get first. Don't listen to any rumors about things, or don't spread any rumors. Okay. It says here again, the importance of releasing. And I think this really, it's releasing and hanging on to. Things have to be let go in order to allow something else to come in. So you need to release the need to know immediately. So whatever it is can come in, and because it doesn't want to be harassed, basically. I think, though, that you felt harassed by some of the people that you've had to deal with in your working life. So don't let that bother you. Don't let that bother you. Don't let it hold you back. There you go. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hope that helped. And now we have Sue Toffee.
Ooh.
So Sue, I did a treatment on you last time, huh?
Yeah.
And now you want to know how you're doing. I'm wondering what I did with those notes from last time, just to see. Do you remember? I do keep them, but I don't always have them handy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a little quick reading on you. Do you want to do something for her?
I can. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, here we go. And is that her real name?
That's her real name. Yeah.
Okay.
She's Australian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't show her on this last one.
Oh, really?
Probably before. Probably another time. Okay.
Oh, you're so sweet. So thank you. All right. So can you still take a look at them, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to compare them to what it was last time.
Yes, I understand. All right. So what I have for you, Sue, is are you feeling like I hate the word curse, because a curse sounds so awful, but it says there might be some aspect of your life that you're not particularly happy about. Let's put it that way. And it could be your work life, or it could be your fear around losing that job. And they don't want you to do that. They want you to just say, if you don't like what you're doing, find what you like to do, but don't quit your job till you find it. But if you do like what you're doing, then just say how wonderful it is and not worry about anything that could or could not happen. The second thing is that a female might have something to do with you coming in. There might be somebody that's going to talk to you, and not in a bad way, but you might meet somebody new, a new person, a new female friend. And the interesting thing about the person is they're going to provide you with some insights, and they're going to help you see beyond the veil. So my feeling is, I'm wondering if this is actually your mother who wants to talk to you from the other side. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, dear. because she is available to talk to you from the other side. So she said, trust it, Sue. She said, if you hear me speaking, even if it's in your own voice, then trust that it's me because I'm there for you. That's what I feel. Yeah.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, Sue, I don't remember what your reading was last time, but you have the fifth chakra balanced, which is your voice.
Oh,
Do you
awesome.
feel like you've been finding your voice, that you've been able to embrace and accept yourself more? Because the fifth chakra is your center, not only for communication, but embracing your individuality. And when you can embrace the bad things with the good things, that's very powerful, because then you have a stronger way to communicate your true voice, your authentic self. And that's
Yep.
really nice. But you are still overcharged in the other chakras, which is, I think, better than being blocked, but you're not way overcharged like some people can be. So
Mm-hmm.
there is some degree of stress, anxiety, mental chatter, and your heart is calling out for change, which is a good thing. Start
Yeah.
seeking.
Uh-huh.
And, following what Allie said, plus calling upon your spirit guides to help you and bring you guidance, then you can start intuiting more, which I think you've already been doing.
Yeah.
Then you start to have some vision, clear vision, to see the big picture and how you fit into it. But definitely you are doing well with your voice. So somehow the
Perfect.
communication has definitely improved. That's a beautiful start,
It
because you're
is.
reaching into the higher self, which is the conscious self. And that's definitely where you want to be.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
I
for
hope that
you,
helps.
Sue. Good for you. Yeah. So it looks
Okay.
like we have a couple more. There's one right before it, about
Oh, there is? Okay, let me
three
go
up.
back.
Yeah. And then we
Oh,
can do
can I
seascape.
hear
Yeah.
from my guides?
Yeah. Yep. We won't forget you though, Seascape.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Can I hear from my guides? So they are Narcissus. Oh,
Her name is Judy.
hi, Judy.
Yeah.
So
So,
do your guides speak directly to you? Do you have a method for them to speak directly to you? Is a question that I have.
okay. That's a reasonable question. All right.
And then I pulled Snowflake Obsidian.
There you
Ah,
go.
here they are. So this is what your guides do from you, do for you. They help to shed light in the dark. So when you're
Oh,
feeling
wow.
stuck, you call upon them and they shed
Uh-huh.
some light. They give you some hope, some possibility, and you go, oh, those little aha moments you get, like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's your guides helping you when you're feeling stuck or when you can't see. It's like you can't
And they
see.
just did. They just did, Linda, because she's the one that got the man behind her paying it forward.
Oh, there you
That
go.
was a message from your guides.
See, that's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I got
You are
goosebumps.
more powerful than you think,
Yes.
than you know.
That's
That's
exciting.
incredible. That is incredible.
Yes, it is. It
Mhm.
is. Um, yeah. So what I get for you is the guides are saying, make sure that you bring as much security to yourself as you can and forethought. But see, this little chipmunk is putting stuff away for a
Uh,
rainy day or for a
mhm,
cold, chilly day. So they want
mhm,
to make sure you take care of what you need. And then you got a lavender, which is tranquility, kindness, and self-care. They want that for you.
mm,
And they want to bring that to you whenever you're able to accept it. And then moss agate, which is possibility and change.
mm.
So if you follow these guidelines, that's what will happen. So
And then you can show up and shine. Citrine,
there
third
you go.
chakra. Hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
very
Uh-huh.
good.
It is.
That helped,
Uh-huh.
Judy.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got Seascape.
Yeah.
I delayed my retirement till next year due to the Social Security problem. Will I be able to next July 2026? Oh,
It's so up in the air, isn't it? It's
I
very
know. I don't
depressing.
know how to answer that. I
I
mean,
know. I know. I know. Um, I had a fellow on yesterday, Fernando Maron, who is a psychic, and from what he was saying, a lot of things are going to be turned around eventually. So, and he's been trying to tell everybody for like 2 years that this was coming, and everybody's like, so I thought that was interesting because they are rehiring people. And so my feeling is it's so iffy at this point, you know. Right now there is an obstruction, but see that obstruction, you took advantage of that, Seascape, and you decided that right now isn't the good time to do it. I think that was wise.
Right.
And you worry because of the reprisal of this administration. In other words, you know, they're saying to you, well, we don't want to pay you because they're so greedy. And you walked away from hidden danger at this point. And the hidden danger, I think, would have been something like the fact that you didn't know if you would get any income, so you decided to stay working. So that was your hidden danger. But it does say here, in the winter, there's an ending, a recharging, and a reflection that will come. So I think July 2026 is okay, but it might be by the wintertime you can make a change to that if that's what you want to do. But I don't know if you had to guarantee yourself working for a whole year. Oh, you got ruby fuchsite. Ooh.
And malachite. You know, it's interesting for you guys with these questions. I'm getting a lot of these heart chakra cards.
Yes.
And again, from the very beginning, we talked about trusting your feelings. You got to follow your feelings and your intuition. So the same thing. Ruby fuchsite has both colors of the heart chakra, although it's kind of a fuchsia color. You got the green and the pink. And it's kind of like when you look at this stone from a distance, it's really beautiful. Well, it's even beautiful close up, but it looks kind of like a Monet painting, right?
It does. Yes.
It says, we are the Monet of the mineral world, bringing out the artist in you. Your heart needs fuel, and that means taking time to appreciate the beauty around you. Look, touch, smell, and feel throughout the day to give thanks. Beauty is a universal language that everyone understands. It creates heart connections that go beyond barriers and conflicts. We help you to cultivate your creative self, tune into your heart, and let your feelings guide you to the heartist within. So obviously there's something going on for the heart, and maybe you are creative and you are artistic, and it's time to start doing that. And using that ability to know when it's time for the retirement. And malachite is really, again, a heart stone. It's about depth of feeling. So again, going deep, going beneath the surface to experience depth of feeling. And it's within the heart that you discover what resonates with you and what does not serve you.
Yep.
So again, that's a double
it is a double.
For the heart.
What I got to tell you is I retired at the first possible moment. For me, I didn't want to retire at 62, so I waited to 66 in 3 months, and I'm still working. What I didn't know, and I was happy to hear, was that every year I still pay into Social Security, but every year it drops off one of my lower jobs that I made less money that year, and my Social Security goes up. This year it's $300. That's a lot of money. To me it is anyway. Yeah. And but I didn't know that was, you know, yes, I have to pay taxes on a certain portion of my Social Security, but they're also dropping off the year I made, like in 1972 when I made $512 that year, you know. So it really does help. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we now? Thank you, Seascape. Carl. That's so nice. Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome, dear.
Linda. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
And okay. And here we got again from Sue. You're her earth angel, helping her find inner strength, belief, navigating 2024. Oh my gosh, 2 evictions.
She had a lot of problems then.
Turmoil at work. Alice means the world. Oh, thank you, Sue. Yes, Alice, we all love you.
Oh, thank you. And she also said her reading last time was not great, hence your wonderful Reiki in the chat. That's good. That's good, honey. I'm glad. Yeah. Hi, Denise. It's nice to see you.
Pendulum and cards. What was that about? Pendulum and cards. That's probably an
Um,
answer to something that I asked, and I don't remember what that
it
was.
could be what she uses to discern how she discerns with
Oh,
her
you
guides.
do?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, keep
yeah,
doing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you're gonna be 68,
Oh,
Seascape? You're still trying to figure out what to do when you retire? I get it. I get it. Yeah.
I
Oh,
know.
I did see that today, Shandell.
I didn't see that.
Yes, he said, well, yesterday, the orange person said that he wanted to impeach the judges, the federal judges that did not like what he, that didn't like
Mhm,
what he was doing.
mhm.
And Roberts said, he didn't say Trump, but he pretty much said, you don't do that when you don't agree, when you disagree with something that a federal judge does. That's not how it works.
Mhm.
Well, it's about time he stood up and pulled up his big boy pants and said
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Well,
So
because Trump thanked him directly during that speech in the Congress,
that
thanking
was
him for
really,
giving him
yes,
carte blanche for everything, basically, right?
that was it was a quid pro quo. And I think it was very telling. And
And the
Amy,
look on his face, Judge
I know,
Roberts, Chief Justice Robert, look on his face was like, "Don't say that
uh-huh,
in public."
I know. And Amy, he wouldn't show her the time of day. She was the one he put in. He was the one
Right,
yeah. And she had a face. She's been ruling against some of
right,
his stuff.
right.
So, yeah.
So we're hanging on by a thread, but
Uh-huh.
all the good energy we're sending out and the work we're doing on ourselves to survive this is going to
Uh-huh.
help us pull out of this. Really, we
Absolutely.
need to do the inner work to help
Yep.
the outer environment.
Um,
And play, love,
oh yeah.
remember. The
There
Hawks
you
keep
go.
saying, see things from a higher perspective. I love that. You
Uh-huh.
do.
Uh,
You have to look at it. And you can look at the details when you're down on the ground.
uh-huh.
But until you get up and take a look at the big picture, you really don't have the same you don't have a perspective. That's great.
So Celtic Seer, I agree with you. If you wait till 70, you usually can get more money and you can max it out. The reason I took it personally was my mother started taking it at 65 or 6. And she was,
Mm,
she was born in 1920. So that,
mm,
anyway, she died. She only had it for like a year and a half and she lost all that money. So I
yeah.
said, when I turned that age, I said, I'm not going to do that. That's the only reason. But yeah, I agree. Working in finance, that is the best way to go. Carolyn Booker has a
Yeah, I saw
question
that.
yeah, okay.
Just getting ready to put that up. Okay. Hi, Carolyn. Now, Carolyn's one of my Reiki students,
She's
and
wonderful.
she's been practicing on herself regularly. I speak to my
Yeah.
family members that have a connection with the White House.
Uh-huh.
Lucretia Mott, who has 2 statues in the Capitol, and
Mhm.
JFK, my cousin. I asked them to use influence. Am I doing any good? Of course.
Absolutely, Carolyn.
Sure.
But it's like they're up there already going, well, we got to do something from up here. But Carolyn is very gifted. She used to be a
Yes.
ghost hunter and yeah, she's very, very gifted herself. So
Oh, that's amazing.
I
That's
know.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what I get Carolyn here. Oh, they guard the home. Guess what home they guard?
The
The
White
White
House?
House, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, look at that.
Oh,
They're saying we are point guards. We are point guards to guard the parasite. Oh my God.
they call him the parasite? Yeah.
Well,
Look at that.
yeah, yeah. The dominating influence and his delusion that he's really the president because he isn't. He
No,
did
not at
not
all.
win. Yeah, he did
No,
not.
neither time did he
Neither
win.
time. Yeah.
And look at black tourmaline, the most
Oh my
powerful
God.
stone to clear negative energy. That's it.
Yeah.
Clears
Yeah.
negative energy.
Yeah.
Thanks for what you're
Wow.
doing, Carolyn. That is great. That's great.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is great. That
Oh,
is
her face, going back to Amy Coney Barrett, her face shows that something smells.
does. They're saying he smells like rotten roast beef because he does not bathe. So
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I'm
Oh
not going to say
my.
any more about that, but here we go.
Yeah.
Jandel, my pendulum told me yesterday that peace coming breached Trump. Peace coming. And last week was Hague fast. Hopefully they're all right. They are
Thank
right
you.
for you all.
Yeah. She's also in Australia. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Thanks,
know, we have so
Shannon.
many brothers and sisters in other countries that are helping and rooting us on.
Oh, we
You know,
do. We're so fortunate. Yeah. And they
yeah,
know that not everybody ever wanted that to
no,
happen. So yeah, they do know that. Yes.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yes, Edward, you did have a reading and
All
you
right. That
happened
was
to
the
have
last
won.
one.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
because he also does Reiki. He practices on
Right.
himself. And
He
that's
does.
why how you stay
Yeah.
balanced. You
It's
have to
great.
have some type of an energy healing practice on a regular basis to maintain your own energetic basis,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, the health. Okay, let's see here. Rose Blue, I plan on visiting my parents, 328 Texas to Florida. Oh, are you driving? But not got my bus ticket yet. I guess I'm delayed a few weeks, a few days, a week to finish something here. They're elderly. I want to move in, pay rent, be there to help. Okay.
Something not getting you there. Yeah, I think it probably is. There are no mistakes when things get delayed. That's your protection. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Let's see.
Are
I
you
remember
actually
you
moving?
telling us. Yeah,
Oh, you want to move in, pay
he
rent, be there
wants
to
to.
help.
Yeah. Yep. And they're elderly. They probably need it. So,
Yeah.
oh, all right. Just
Actually, I was thinking that's a long drive, but I tell you, those southern states, we went
you're
4
fast.
hours in 4 states, driving from
Yeah,
Texas to
yeah. Unless
Florida.
you're going across Texas, like from the
That's
whole,
that's the worst.
that's like 2 days. 2 days.
That's the most boring drive ever. We drove
Oh,
from
it
San
really
Antonio
is.
to Santa Ana one time, and that was the most boring drive
It
of my life.
is. It is. And you know what else is the panhandle of Florida when you go from not Jacksonville, St. Augustine across the top of Florida. Oh my God, it's endless and
Even from
boring.
the southern from mid-Florida to southern Florida, that's a long drive too.
That's true. That's true. Yep. So yeah, it says use your power of imagination, Rose, which you do. And it says the darker self ascendant here. That's why there's something that you're being protected from, whatever it is. So, and then it says maintain your inner harmony. Look at you. You are going to go grant the wishes, I think, of mom and dad. They need you. Yeah.
Mhm. Snowflake Obsidian, shedding light in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And aventurine is all about smoothing out, letting go of past wounds and hurts
Yeah.
to soften the protective shell around your heart. Let forgiveness and understanding mend past wounds. So carry us with you to remind you to soften your heart, to soften your message and come from your heart. So I
There
don't
you
know, is
go.
there anything, in the past with your parents that might be causing some issues, that might be causing some blocks? Yeah, so these stones here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
And Celtic Seer made a comment, different era and time, and everyone's circumstance is different. Health is more important than money.
oh, definitely.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true.
Allie, did you see the dream comment?
I
In
did.
alignment for sure. Okay.
He is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Anything else here?
So Celtic Seer
Oh,
is an astrologer, and she said that Amy Barrett is siding with the women. I knew she would. She reveres the Constitution. Thank you. I
oh,
think so
good.
too. Yeah,
Good,
I think
good.
so. Yeah. Yep.
Here,
Oops.
Mary Thornberry. Oh, I see. Okay. No matter how much some hate Americans, they're rare for to replace them that love Americans. Really, we are loved all over the world despite our sins to the world. Yeah. Because we represent so much hope and
Yeah.
possibility
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
spite of
In
some of the
spite of.
negative stuff
Right.
that happens.
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Zach, may I have a message, advice, direction from Mom Spirit for my daily struggles and mental imbalances, if possible?
Zach,
think
I
that
remember you from 2 weeks ago. I hope you're doing better. I know that Linda worked on you, and yeah, I'd be glad to read for you. Sure.
and Zach reached out to me, but I did not hear back. So I don't know if he
Okay.
didn't get my message that I sent back.
Okay.
But yes, we definitely want you to be feeling better within yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So for your struggles. So go ahead. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Pyrite shows up when it's time for you to take a look and see that things around you are reflecting to you for a reason. What do you see that you like? What do you see that you don't like? We mirror what needs attention in your life. Are you seeing traits in others that you admire and respect? Or are you seeing qualities you dislike and reject? You observe these for a reason. We help you evaluate your priorities. What do you value? What standards do you live by? Are you being honest with yourself, or do you stand in the way of your own progress? Maybe it is time to use what is mirrored to you to grow and evolve.
Hmm.
Good message,
Interesting.
but tough message.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that, yeah. Oh, but you got amethyst. Oh, yeah.
But also, spirit
Mm.
speaks to you. And maybe some of these thoughts, these mental imbalances, are more messages coming from spirit. And because it's not part of the norm, you might think that there's some imbalance in it. Um, It'd be interesting to know what that is, but I think that spirit is speaking to you in ways that you don't even realize at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the question is that reflective, discerning. How do you know what's good and what's not?
Yep.
If something is positive, you feel an insight, you feel uplifted.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel uplifted, then that's a mental judgment, some other disorder that's coming. You need
Right.
to be able to discern between the two. You want to go towards the things that you feel lighter about, that you feel positive about.
Uh-huh. Wow. So if it's your mom or if it's a mother, this sounds like a motherly thing, but it says adopt some new interests and find something that you can remove yourself from the depression into perhaps something more creative, even if that was something like a Tai Chi class where you would be
There you
moving in
go.
very easygoing way, or anything like that, yoga, anything. But mom says you need to make sure that you find something to have less of a struggle with. So find something that's an outlet for you.
Mhm.
Okay.
That would be
Um,
ideal.
it would be. And then I get here, mind your own business. And what I got out of this one is get out of your own way. Don't keep focusing on the things that really
Mhm,
shouldn't affect you anymore. So get
mhm,
out of your own way and don't worry about anything about what anybody else thinks or any of that. And
mhm,
finally, um, if you feel disquiet, which means that you are upset by sudden disturbances, and it could be sudden disturbances in the way you're feeling that particular day, see if you can calm yourself and find a way to find a stone, a worry stone maybe that you can rub, or
mhm,
find a way, an outlet for that disturbance. That might be going outside and grounding yourself and walking in the park. It could be anything like that, Zach, but it's got to come from you. Nobody else can make the decision about what you should do with these things. That's your choice. But
mhm.
mom's saying, you will get past this. It will always hurt, but it won't hurt as much as it hurts right now.
And sometimes you have to make a choice, even when you're in the depths of the worst possible situation in your life. You can still
Mhm.
choose to move beyond it.
Yeah, you can.
And that's what I did when I was suffering from my worst bout of depression. And you can ask for help. You can state, I choose to live, I choose to whatever it is
Mhm.
for you. And
Right.
then you have your spirit council aligns with you to help bring things into your path so that you can heal.
Uh-huh.
But you also have to be open and willing to receive and to take action on these things. And that's the huge part of it too.
Sure.
So I hope that
Absolutely.
helps, Zach.
Yeah. So Arlene just wondered what stone is good for the stomach. Would that be
The stomach?
yeah.
Well, what's wrong with the stomach? I'm going to show one quick message here from Rose
Oh,
Blue about her
oh
parents.
yeah.
Their home is
Yeah.
paid for, just the light bill, insurance, Dallas to Gainesville. Okay.
Okay.
And another comment here. Hello, beautiful
Hi,
people.
Jen.
Love and light to you all.
Hmm.
And okay, so where's the one?
Let's see.
Is there any way to tell?
It's kind of far back here, but it
It's
was
back there? Okay, so why don't you
Arlene.
say it
Yeah,
again?
Arlene. Yeah, she just wanted to know what a good stone was for the stomach. That's all. So maybe you can answer. Mary says George's aloe vera juice is great for the
Oh, yeah.
stomach. Yeah.
So is the stomach upset?
Oh, she has IBS. So do I, Arlene.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
gee. I'm
Blue,
so
okay.
sorry. It's an awful thing to have. It is really tough. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to have that. I healed myself from
Good
ulcerative
for
colitis.
you. Good for you.
I was hospitalized for a week when I was 21.
Uh-huh.
I changed my diet and I did energy medicines. I did a bunch of flower essences. I did Reiki. So that is an emotional. For me, it was definitely an emotional imbalance.
Mine is too.
Yeah. So
When
those are
when I've been upset, I just can't do anything. Oh, blue lace agate, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
it's the calming stone. It's peaceful, it's calming if you can
Okay.
find it. It's
Yeah.
not as easy to find anymore.
Yeah.
But blue lace agate, place that wherever you're feeling too much of something, too much energy. It'll definitely be calming. That's why I wanted to find out what was the problem with the
Yeah.
stomach.
Sure.
Okay.
So Maruta says kefir helps you with digestive issues. Thank you, Maruta,
Okay.
for telling
Good.
us that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
really have to find your right things,
That's true.
because your body's going to like it, some things and not like other things. And if you know how to use a pendulum, then you can use a pendulum to tell you if something's going to be good for you or not. You can put the actual food or item at your stomach and ask, is this beneficial or is this harmful to my body? And then your yes or no will come up for your pendulum. And that's another good way to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Fabulous. She has
So,
that stone. Yay, Arlene. All right.
yay, put it on your
That's great.
stomach.
Yeah. Well,
Concerning chakra balancing, is there any way to tell if your chakras are balanced or not? Well, I read them energetically. So that's how I do it. I use a pendulum. I read the energy of the chakras. Sometimes it's hard to read yourself because you are
yeah.
definitely biased.
Yeah.
But there's a definite way that they can be read energetically with the pendulum. However, so I'll ask you the question, do you have stress? Do you have anxiety? Do you have constant mental chatter? Do you feel lost? Do you feel kind of out of sorts? If you're not feeling super in tune and able to follow your feelings and intuition, then I would say, yes, you definitely have some chakras out of balance.
Yep. That's true. Very true. And yes, Rose Blue, the labradorite is the one with the rainbow colors in the light. It can be purple, it can be blue, it can be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she also has an aventurine bracelet.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Celtic Seer, hang in there, folks. The spring equinox and the solar eclipse will have the last word. So hang in there over the next few weeks. Yeah, it's going to be a little rocky, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Jen. Linda. Oh, thank you, Jen. Hi there. Okay. Okay. What is there anything else?
I don't think so. And we are a little over an hour, almost an hour and 15. So
okay. Well, I see that's a good time to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Zach is still struggling. Okay. Yeah. Reach out to me, Zach.
Yeah.
Reach out to me.
Carolyn, congratulations on your anniversary on the 30th.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a good Zach wonders what gem or stone is good for OCD?
Probably black tourmaline.
Something to ground you. It could be black tourmaline. It could be what's the other black ones?
Well, the snowflake obsidian is good for shedding light in the dark, but I have to tell you, black tourmaline is the most powerful stone to get rid of negativity.
Yep.
Especially
I even got a little
double points.
Little tiny one for a necklace. So yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be
You
grounded.
can get the double points, which I do have these.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's interested in these, I do have them here in stock.
Okay.
And okay, Zach, so grateful. You're so welcome. If you want a reading, I'm still offering the $100 off my readings. And you can get that in the information that's down below. There's a link. Feel free to contact me. Everything's also on my website except for the $100 off the reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let's see what else. Good. And please like and subscribe.
Yeah. You did so well. No problem.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. You did
Thank
it,
you
girl.
for being my guest. You have been
Sure.
wonderful, and you helped me to come out
No problem. I'm glad
and
you are.
host my first show. Yeah,
There you
I
go.
love you too, Carolyn, everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much. Okay. Mwah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
See you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Yep.
Okay.